Hello everybody. Angie here. I'm coming on to do my monthly make for my hashtag Let's Play with Dolls creative series. This is a series that I created here on YouTube where I do one art page per month. I try my best to post my videos on the first Monday of each month, but that's not a requirement. So if you have a favorite doll and this is something that interests you, please feel free to join in. Would love to have you, but if not, just watch and see what I create. And yeah, it's my favorite video right now. I look forward to this make every single month. And yeah, just give it a theme and have some fun. All right, so that is that. I have got a lot of pieces to work with today, so we're going to get right into this. I'm working on a piece of watercolor paper, and I just chose that because it's a little bit thicker, as well as if I choose to use any type of paints, watercolors, or anything like that, it will hold that. Okay, so let's get into this. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I am good. Today we're going to be working with Shay. Okay, isn't she cute? And I have got a lot of Julie Nutting dolls, and that's why I chose this series, because I just don't pull them out any near as enough as I'd like to. I love working with my dolls. I have got tons of pieces. So we're going to get right into this, and we're going to try our best to build a really fun, pretty scene. Okay, guys? We're going to start with the background first, because that's I think, going to be the time-consuming part, and then we're going to build her on top. I'm going to start with this piece of paper here, and I've got two of them, because I wasn't sure which one would be better. And it's just a cloud paper. I'm kind of thinking this one, just because it's a little bit more brighter and vibrant. Okay, so let's see where I want to cut that. And I'm going to have to pull up my cutter. Bring that up a little bit. And let's see how much of this I'm going to need. I'm thinking maybe a good 6 inches. I don't know. All right. I just want a straight line, that's all. Okay. And I'm going to have to bring my cutter up again. Well, maybe not. Maybe I can do it with my hand. Okay, we're going to start with that. Yep. So like I said, guys, this is such a fun series. I absolutely am having so much fun doing this. Like I said, I love my Julie Nutting dolls, and I just don't use them hardly before this series. I can't remember the last time I pulled them out. Okay. Now, where's my scissors? So I try to keep my videos relatively kind of short, you know, maybe 20 minutes if possible. But this series, I have so much fun with it. I take my time. And this, I'll let you know right now, this make ends up being a little bit longer. But yeah, it's so worth the time, and it's so fun. I really like it. I take my time and just do a fun scene, or at least I try to. Something that you guys will like. Okay? All right. Next, I want to cut a few strips, and I wanted to use gray, but I did not have any gray cardstock, so I had to go with black. I contemplated and went back and forth, thought maybe brown or something like that, but gray should stand out nicely, so we're going to go with gray. All right. And I'm going to need, let's see, I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm going to try and get them all the same size, but I don't know how well that's going to work. I'm going to need a few strips. That one I didn't get quite that straight. That's one. My finger keeps slipping. There's two. Maybe if I turn it around, the edge isn't. That helps a little bit. I don't know how many I'm going to need, so I'm going to do two more, 2 or 3. I'd rather have more than enough and then have to bring and start this over again. Alrighty. We're going to do one more just to be on the safe side. I think that'll be enough. So last month I did, using my Julie Netting dolls, I did a scene where my doll went to the circus, and that was so much fun, really colorful and just a lot of fun. Okay, let's bring this back in. Now what my intention is to make a picture window. Okay, that's why I wanted the cloud scene in the background. And I'm just trying to decide how many window frames I want. Should we make them long? Like that? Or should I do some smaller ones? Trying to think. Like that. Kind of liking that. But I still need 2 more strips for the sides. So I'm going to have to cut 2 more strips. Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do, guys. Okay, hang in there with me. Okay, just 2 more quick strips. One. Two. All right. So let's start putting that down. Try and just run this through. Like that. And I may not get them exact, but I guess I could use my mat here. Okay, there's one. Okay. That's working. And one down the middle. Let's see, try and get it straight right about there. I love it already. What do you guys think? Nice big picture window. Can you guys tell what it's going to be yet? Haha. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Yeah, it didn't take long. All right. Next, I attempted, where is it? And I mean attempted. Here we go. To make a little cut. Okay, so we need something for the floor here. Let's see. I'm just going to use, see, I wish I had some gray. Doggone it. We can use a different shade of blue. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. I'm just questioning my decisions here, guys. I really wish I had some gray, like a light neutral color, but that's okay. It's not gonna fit there. Okay. Now, that's kind of plain. I got to think about how I can work with that, but we'll come up with something. Next, I'm bringing in this piece here. This is a attempt for some seating, okay? And I was gonna go all the way across, but I don't think I will. We're just gonna put it like right about there. Okay, we're just gonna put that right down. And I brought my color pencils. I thought we can do a little bit of shading to kind of help those out a little bit. So let's see, maybe a darker shade of green, maybe brown, I don't know. Okay, let's see what we can do here. And oops, you know what? Doggone it. I'm gonna try and pull that up. It's a small detail, but it's something I definitely wanted to do and I forgot. I'm going to curve these corners just a little bit. I don't like the sharpness of it. Just the slightest bit. It is all in the details. Okay. Just a little bit. And I'm not getting it perfect, but that's okay. All right, there we go. Now we'll put it back down. I think that makes a big difference. Look at that, guys. I think that helps tremendously. All right, let's put that back down because it's not coming back up. I'm glad I was able to catch it in time. Where do we have it? Right about here. This is a row of seating, and I'm going to try to do a little shading. Maybe do a brown, I don't know, a different color. Hang in there, guys. I'm hoping it'll look really nice for y'all by the time I'm done. I think it's coming together a little bit. Go ahead, and I'm just using this brown because I already have it in my hand. Okay. I like it. Does that look like a row of seats? Okay. Next, what we're gonna do is, I want to make a sign. And I had this 12 by 12 paper here. And the only reason I chose that is because I had these little square blocks. No other particular reason. And it was small enough that I thought I could fit it in my scene. So I'm thinking like something like that. And we'll put that on some foam tape. All right, we'll leave that for last. Okay, I think that's for the most part the background scene, other than maybe doing something with this floor a little bit. Maybe do... I don't know. Make it look like a tiled floor a little bit. I think that helps a little bit. Gives it a little dimension. And I'm not pressing hard on it intentionally. I'm just going to shade in on some of the corners a little bit here, just a few here and there. Okay, I think that's good. All right, so now let's start working on Shay. If I haven't lost her, here we go. All right, let's get her dressed. I've got her pieces cut out here somewhere. But I didn't lose her shoes. I might have lost her shoes, guys. All right, we'll keep going. Now I have to cut them out again. All right, for this, I chose some nice, pretty, vibrant colors, at least I thought. I'm going to give her a little layered look there. And as I was looking at her when I was cutting her pieces out, I don't like the little, so I thought we'd give her some little spaghetti straps. So I cut a super thin piece of cardstock out of the yellow. And I thought we could just try to maybe I could tuck them under a little bit. There we go. Snip. And a snip. Oops. Come on, just get under there. Very cute. Yes, I like that. Okay, now I did have her some red shoes in here, and I may come across them. Oh, there we go. There's one. Here they are. Okay, let's put her shoes on real quick. And that is going to be Shay. And since we got the color pencils out, I was going to use alcohol markers, but let's just give her some color in her hair. I'll just use the brown since I already got that out. some little highlights. I don't know how well it's going to pick up, but there we go. Oops, I forgot her ponytail. Alrighty, there we go. And that is Shay. Now let's bring our scene back in. And what I'm attempting to do here, guys, is she is going on vacation, okay? This is a vacation scene. And she just arrived in Hawaii, okay? So what I'd like to do is grab a marker. And this is supposed to look like she's in the airport, okay? That's what I was going for. I didn't want to say it too soon, spoil the surprise, but hopefully I represented like a, you know, you're looking out the windows at the airport. And this, I want to make a sign. I'm just going to hand write it. I wanted to write Honolulu, but that's a long word, so I'm going to do Maui. Okay, I thought we'd put like that right there. But I want to use some, pardon my reach, I'm going to use some foam tape on that. Okay, we're going to put that right there. And then we got to build her little stuff up. I cut out a whole bunch of bits and pieces. I had a couple hats. I really like the color on this one, but look how big that is. I have another one. We're gonna have to go with that one. It's a little bit smaller. And I think I wish her face was facing in the other direction, but that's okay. All right, we're gonna put the hat on her. And she's got some luggage. Let's see where I want to position her. Maybe right about there. She's got luggage. She has got a whole bunch of luggage. She is going on a long trip. We'll just do the 2. I think 2 is enough. I like the color of this one. It kind of goes with her outfit. No, it doesn't have wheels on it though. All right, we're gonna have to go with these 2. Okay, let's put those down. Okay. We don't need that. We've got these little Hawaiian flowers. I'm going to use those. Behind there a little bit. Very pretty. I like it. I even cut her out a lei, but they're so big I didn't think about that. I just used some images online. This one's smaller. We could probably get away with that one. Let me see. Yeah. Let me trim it down just a little bit. Right where her neckline is. Okay, let's put that down. Because when you arrive in Hawaii, they give you a lei, don't they? Somebody greets you and gives you a lei. I remember that happening when I went. I've only been there once, but I do remember them giving me a lei. Okay, so that's that. And then I've got her her passport. She hasn't had a chance to put it back in her bag yet. I left a little gap here. I'm just trimming that off. That shouldn't be there. There we go. Now we're cooking. Okay. So I've got her little bag. Thought we could put a little bag in her hand. And then her, so we can, maybe something like that. Here's a smaller bag. Let's see. Maybe something like that'll work. We're gonna do that. Put it like it's kind of, like she's kind of holding it. Okay. Now we can put her down. Put 2 bags in her hand. I wanted to have that to the front. Oh, it is to the front. Okay. Let's see. And we can have that like it's latched onto her luggage. Let's see. You know, us women, we need a lot of luggage. I don't think I like that, but I tore it now. Okay. Maybe just have it sitting. All right, we're gonna have it kind of just like it's dangling right there. Okay, how's that? And I used gray on the floor, didn't I? Now that I have everything in place, I feel like I need to go over that just a little bit. What do you guys think? Make it a little darker. Okay. Do we need anything else? I think I used everything except for my luggage. Yeah, I think that's all I've got. I think that's really cute. I like that a lot. All right, guys, that is my make. We're working with, what was her name, Shay? And she's arriving at the Hawaii airport on vacation. That is nice. All right, guys, not too bad. I hope you guys liked today's make. Hope you found something of value. If you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Leave me a comment or like. Let me know what you think of today's make. But as always, guys, take care. God bless. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.